Couple of tough games on the rivalry circuit last week for South Dakota's men against North Dakota here in Vermilion, and then closing out things in Brookings on Sunday against South Dakota State. Here to talk about both those contests is Eric Peterson. And Eric, you knew what you were getting into, especially with North Dakota. They were one of the hottest teams, if not the hottest team in the Summit League coming in, and they played like it on Thursday.
Yeah, they still are, right? They're playing really, really well, and they got some returners that are playing at a high level, and they play together. Like they're a very good team because they know their role. They play together, and honestly, we got our butts kicked on the glass. I thought the effort was very poor on our part. After that game, we got after it a little bit in practice and just said, this has got to be the culture of our program every single day. It can't be we show up and we lose the hustle plays. We're not the toughest team. Can't be like that to beat a team at home that's playing really, really well.
Is it especially frustrating when you come into those games and you're the top rebounding team in the Summit League, and then you get beat up in that area? That's got to be especially frustrating, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's mental focus, right? It doesn't take any skill to rebound. It's an effort thing, right? So when you are the best rebounding team and you give up 25 second chance points, that's a miss on our part, right? To have a good team here and a chance to beat them and give up those points and lose by 14, that's tough to deal with as a coach.
Yeah, the other thing they did really well, especially in the second half, was shoot the three. They hit 9 of them. In 15 attempts. And you know what? A lot of them were contested. It wasn't like they were all alone. I mean, sometimes you just got to tip your cap. Guys are just drilling shots.
Yeah, I chart all that stuff, and they had 5 threes late, right? Late shot clock threes, and they made every single one of them. And a couple guys that aren't really shooters, right? They can make some shots, but not knockdown shooters. And you need to stop, right? You're trying to surge a little bit, and you give up those threes that are highly contested. They're tough, but that's what good teams do, and good players make those shots when they need to make those shots.
Yeah, and they needed to, because you guys were working your way back into that game and closed it to 4 or 5 a couple of different times, and each time you did that, they stuck one of those threes.
Yeah, and that's hard as a coach, right? You're trying to work your way back, and you get it to 6, and they just hit 2 threes the 2 previous possessions. And it's like, man, missed one of those, right? Help us out a little bit. Yeah. But again, that's what really good teams do, right? And they have it figured out. They're comfortable within their roles, and there's a reason why they're playing really, really well. All
right, so I know you got after the guys a little bit Friday, Saturday, trying to challenge them, and you knew you were going to have to play really hard, not to mention really well, to get a win at Frost Arena. It's always difficult to play there. And your guys certainly answered the bell in that way.
Yeah, I got this question yesterday. We seem to play well in Frost, right? And why? Why do we play well there? And my answer was, well, we've got our butt kicked twice here, right? So if you don't have any urgency like that when you go to Frost after losing at home the way we did, we got a problem, right? We shouldn't. That's not how college basketball works. So thought we played well enough to win, and had a chance down the stretch to maybe take the lead late and missed a few shots. We fouled them a lot, right? We put them to the line too many times, and in a game like that, you can't give the home team free throws like that and expect to win.
On your side, Caleb Stewart, who struggled in the first meeting. He was coming off being sick and hadn't practiced all week, and so they didn't get a good look at the real Caleb Stewart. They did on Sunday because he was outstanding.
Yeah, I text our players before every game. We're on the bus going to a road game, and I sent him a text, and literally what you just said is what I texted Caleb. Like, they haven't seen who you are yet, right? That was the first game. He wasn't very good. He was coming off not practicing basically for a week, and we kind of threw him in there. But Caleb played extremely well. There was 4 or 5 times in transition where he just accelerated and ran right to the basket and scored. And it's kind of like, man, he is so fast in transition, and he seems to make big shots for us. And I think our team is realizing in those situations we got to get him the ball in a place that he can score.
One play that got a lot of attention late in this game, just want to get your thoughts on it. The goaltending call against William Kyle. Initially it was awarded to you, but they have to wait until immediate timeout. And when they go to review it, not only they take the 2 points off the board, but you don't get the possession back either. And that's kind of one of those things. It's a game-changing play. Did it decide it? No.
Yeah, so I would say the biggest thing with that is, and I can say this because I'm not, it's not the official's fault, it's the rule, right? We would like as coaches for them to check it right away, because when you take 2 points off the board, 4 minutes later, that's hard as a coach, right? And then who has possession of the ball? So if we get the rebound, right, and they call a goaltend, we basically lose a possession. So I think it's something that has been brought up throughout the year. And my biggest thing is it could cost teams a chance in the NCAA tournament if that's what it comes down to. You can't have teams losing possessions based on a goaltend Is it a goaltend? Is it not? So it's something that I think the coordinators are really they understand that it's a problem, and they're going to work to try to fix it.
And one thing, if you lose a possession and a game ends up as an 8-point decision, but it was a one possession game, and so that possession could have mattered, and certainly in a big way. But down the stretch in that game, South Dakota State just made enough plays to get out of there, made enough free throws to get out of there. But again, maybe something to build off there for your team as you get into a really big one this week against Denver.
Yeah, we were way better on the glass. Lahat was on a mission, right? He had, I think, 5 offensive rebounds and was going after every single one of those. So made significant improvements from the UND game, right? And we got a ton of stops down the stretch. What we did is we just fouled them too much, right? They shot a ton of free throws, and we didn't get to the free throw line. How do you break up some small runs? You get fouled and get to the free throw line. So some things to build on, no question. The Denver game, we had so many chances, and I thought we deserved to win that game twice. And obviously there were some circumstances that we didn't win the game. But our guys understand what happened there and expect it to be a really competitive game.
It's one of the most entertaining games in college basketball this year. There's no doubt about that. And round 2 coming up this Thursday night here in Vermillion. A lot of people looking forward to that. You can watch it live on Midco Sports. So good luck to you.
Thank you. Did you know it's the #1 excitement game on Ken Palm?
Is it
in
really?
the entire country for the entire year. So we hope it's not as exciting at our place.
I bet you do.
Yeah, no.
I think everybody out here might think the other way.
The other way is what we need. But #1 excitement game. They rate every single game and just how it goes back and forth. And I don't know how the metrics work out that way, but we hope it's a different type of game.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for your time as always, Eric, and good luck to you.
Thank you. Go Yotes.